Good morning, everybody. I hope you are having a super fantastic day. I only have a few minutes because I am actually late. For those of you who know Brendan Burchard, he has a high performance certification program, and I'm here in lovely, rainy San Diego getting certified. And so I know that not everyone has an opportunity to come to these kind of certification programs. So what I wanted to do is every day, so I'm here for 5 days, and I wanted to share some of my greatest insights. So yesterday was just kind of like a getting started day, and we talked about things like best practices, like what does it mean to be a high performer? And there are a lot of high performance programs out there, and the reason why I really sort of ascribe to Brendan's is because it's all science based. Like he spends millions of dollars on these studies to test out, like what does it mean to be a high performer? So if you want to be a high performer and you're like, what does it take? Again, you could always come to these kind of programs. So again, this is a certification program, but there's also the High Performance Academy as well, if that's what you want to learn. So I wanted to share some of the insights that I've sort of gleaned from yesterday, and I'll try to do this every day. So I apologize, I'm looking down because I'm looking at my notes. So one of the things about high performance is you cannot be a high performer with infrequent action. So consistency is everything. And I've always talked about this when I've talked about social media posting, right? So if you want to do really well, if you want to build a brand using your social media, you have to consistently post day after day after day. And so consistency is the same thing with high performance. You cannot be a high performer if you don't do it consistently. So I thought that was really, really interesting. It's not like new news, but it's important news. The other thing that I thought was really good is people, especially in this day and age. So we talk a lot. Sorry, I'm so shaky. I managed to leave my tripod at home. Brilliant move. Anyway, so apologize for the shakiness of this video. But we live in a very socially connected world, and yet a very, very lonely world. And that's heartbreaking, and it's not getting any better. And as adults, as we look to our children and the kind of world that they're coming into, we need to take action. We need to take this really, really seriously and do whatever we can to alleviate that loneliness. And you alleviate loneliness and you alleviate concern or worry and hurt with confidence. And so, one of the things that I know, because I have 4 children, and they struggle with who am I? And what am I here for? And what am I supposed to do? And all those. And those are really big questions, and there aren't any easy answers. And I really love what Brendan said yesterday as he was sharing some best practices and some research. And it's not the question of who we are or what we're supposed to do. The real question we need to ask ourselves is, how can we serve? Who needs us, and what can we do to help? And when you look beyond yourself, it doesn't really matter what you're even good at or what you're not good at. If you see something, you see an opportunity, like, people really need this, then it's just a matter of, like, if you're not good at it, get good at it, right? Go and get a skill and serve those kind of people. And it takes a lot of the guesswork out of, what am I supposed to do? And it allows you to look outside of yourself. And when you look outside of yourself, it automatically will alleviate loneliness because you're there to help other people. Jill, I am so glad that you got to join a live session. I know you've been trying to do this for a very long time. And you know what, Jill? You've been on my mind lately. So let's connect afterwards. I think about you, honestly, every single day. And Jill, I just want to take a minute and celebrate everything that you've done. You've gone through my Life on Fire program. I saw a picture of you making a presentation the other day to a brokerage. And I just want to applaud your efforts. And I really want to encourage you to keep that fire burning. And burn it bright, baby, because you've got a lot of stuff to share. So in terms of, the message of, sorry, I'm shaking again. And again, I hope you don't mind, Jill, because just because you're here and I really, again, I love to celebrate people who have worked really, really hard, and you're one of those people. That consistency that I was talking about earlier, like that will continue to help you to move forward. That will continue everyone to help move forward. And the other thing that, and again, I'm a huge proponent of self-limiting beliefs and getting rid of them and really getting rid of our stories, just to go on to another point that Brendan was sharing yesterday. And I really like the way he mentioned it. So again, I'm looking down at my notes. It says, internal beliefs are not market realities. So whatever you think about yourself, whatever anyone has told you, whatever you have internalized, it's not necessarily true. Seek proof, because there probably isn't any. I'm too old. Not relevant. How old was Colonel Sanders when he started KFC, right? He's like 1 billion years old, and Arianna Huffington, 61 years old when she started Huffington Post. No one no one is too old. No one is too anything to be able to accomplish anything in life. So I thought, those are two really great options. Now, the other thing is for anyone out there who is a coach, right? So, and again, if you're a parent, you're in this category. Coach, mentor, trainer. If you have children, that is part of your role. And one of the things they talked about, and again, in this really lonely, confused world, being someone who can create a positive space for sharing, right? That's really important. I was talking to one of the people here, there's 400 people here at this conference, and she said, most of her clients are female, and she really wants to invite more men to, bring them into her high performance coaching program, because a lot of men feel stifled. They feel that they can't share. They feel it's not safe to share. They feel shamed that they feel a certain way and they don't know how to express it, and that is just tragic, right? And when it comes to really difficult realities like, suicide rates, and I don't mean to talk on something heavy, statistics show boys don't miss, right? And so then by that, I mean, they go for the definitive. They don't do a cry for help. It is one and done. And I have 3 boys, and that really hits home to me. And so I want to create a space where my boys in particular, and my daughter as well, but boys, because they are often shamed for sharing. I want to create that safe space. So as a parent, we need to make sure that we're doing that for our kids. So I thought that was really great. All right. So again, apologize for the shaky video. Oh, this was a good one. I really like this one. Let go of the yesterdays of your mind. I thought that was great. And because it was joking about the fact that we have revisionist history in our head. What happened to us in the past, the way that we have seen it is not how it actually played out. And just like how everyone else has seen certain situations play out, it's not the same as well. Like, I mean, there's a situation that happens, but everything is about perspective. And so if you are holding on to a yesterday in your mind, then you're actually holding yourself back. So again, it comes back to those self-limiting beliefs and those things that, will hold us back from being able to really advance in our careers and get what we want out of life and be really happy. So I'll share one last thing. This is really interesting. My arm's actually getting tired. I really wish I hadn't forgotten my tripod. Anyway, it's because again, this is all about how to become a high performance coach. Now, I'm already a coach, and I'm here to make my coaching practices better and to expand some of my offerings. So I've got some really cool stuff planned. And so Brendan was sharing best practices stuff. And again, this works for anyone who's either a coach, trainer, teacher, or parent. Anger equals worry or hurt. So if someone lights off on you, the important thing is to not reactivate. Not to react. To not activate your own emotions to their anger, because deep down, if someone's lighting up and freaking out on you and yelling in your face and cussing at you, and I'm sure we've all had this happen to us at some point in our lives, that anger usually is rooted in worry or hurt. And the best thing to do in those situations is to validate those feelings. So in the book I read called How to Talk So Teens Will Listen and How to Listen So Teens Will Talk, it goes into that, how teens want to be validated. They want to know that their feelings are worth something and they make sense to an adult. And once you do that, once you say, wow, there's a lot of feeling in there, you're really mad about this, it automatically will help them to ratchet down a little bit, and then you can have a logical conversation. So I read that book because I came into my stepdaughter's life when she was 15 years old. I didn't have girls and I didn't have teens, and that book was really helpful. So again, if you have children who are about to be teenagers, or you have teens and you're like, how the heck do you talk to these guys? How to Talk So Teens Will Listen, How to Listen So Teens Will Talk can be really helpful. And honestly, even if you don't have kids, your kids are grown, and you're maybe struggling to figure out how to deal with some other people's anger, if you come up against that a lot and you're not too sure what to do or what to say, it's a great book. It's got some really good strategies in it that can be really useful. So I thought those are the kind of the top line things. There's lots more that I'll be going to do. I'm actually almost late for the session. There's a newbie session that I'm supposed to be going to right now for all the new people who have joined today. It's building a wonderful community, and I hope that I'll be able to share this stuff with you. By the end of the day, I'm usually dead. I went to sleep at 8 o'clock last night because these sessions go from 9 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. There's a 2-hour gap for lunch, but it's pretty exhausting stuff, but it's really invigorating. And so I'll be sharing more of this stuff with you. If you have any questions, either about this session or about Brendan's coaching programs, I'm more than happy to answer whatever questions I can. If you have best practices for what you guys do in your businesses, I'd love to hear about it. Okay, so I'm going to peace out. Like I said, I am late. And I gotta go. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Peace out. Love you guys lots. And let's all go be amazing, high-performing people and parents. Take care, guys.